politics bore me, let's not bring it up at all.
Honey, let me open up a can of pop. I'm rusty like an old horseshoe. I've been working on the engine in an old chop shop. I wanna feel the fizzy rhythm with you. Had a chance to meet my love in Appaloosas, but I ended up drunk in Albuquerque, trying to fill her head with a bunch of lame excuses. I think she knows I wanna do the herky-jerky. Honey, let me open up a can of pop. I'm rusty like an old horseshoe. I've been working on the engine in an old chop shop. I wanna feel the busy rhythm with you. So I asked to try to meet me out in Natchitoches, but a monster chased me down to Chacamaco. Then I jump and sprained my ankle on a catfish. Now she's left me for some drummer she calls Paco. Honey, let me open up a can of pop. I'm rusty like an old horseshoe. I've been working on the engine in an old chop shop. I wanna feel the busy rhythm with you. Left my Bordeaux at the chateau. Left my chapeau down in Tupelo. Lost my left eye from a crossbow. And my wallet they up and got to know. So after saying what the heck, I ended up in Quebec. I passed out in the rain and ended up in a train from Montana to Savannah. Woke up in Louisiana, shouted a Hosanna, and I slipped on a banana. Gave my girl a nod and said, glory be to God. Honey, let me open up a can of pop. I'm rusty like an old horseshoe. I've been working on the engine in an old chop shop. I feel the busy rhythm with you. So I finally talked her into going to Kickapoo. Yeah. At the motel, we did a little research. Her father found out and his face turned blue. Now we're getting married over at the Catholic Church. Honey, let me open up a can of pop. I'm rusty like an old horseshoe. I've been working on the engine in an old chop shop. I feel the busy rhythm with you. I wanna feel the busy rhythm with you. Come on. I wanna feel the busy rhythm with you. I wanna feel the busy rhythm with you. Oh. Oh. Yes.
Good morning. It is the Monday morning cup of coffee coming at you from the bathroom with the laundry there piled up on the ironing board. Beth is going to kill me when she knows that I shot the Monday cup of coffee in the bathroom. The angle's good. When I shoot it in the living room, I'm always looking down at you because I put the computer on the coffee table. So for the sake of production values and giving me a nice portrait shot, I'm doing it in the bathroom. That's the towel that I've been using since 2018 straight. I mean, if I picked it up in the middle, it would stiffen up on it, you know. But anyway, so this is where I take a shower. Right behind the laptop here is the jam box. And lately I've been playing, well, I can't find the records that I've been playing right now. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Kyle Frederick's new one. It's good. It's called Mr. Mercurial. The Boomtown Rats, A Tonic for the Troops. And let's see. The Smiths, their first album from 1984. The Clash Hits Back, Greatest Hits Package. So that's what I've been listening to while taking a shower for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, somewhere around there. We haven't had a sip of coffee together yet, have we? That was what you just saw there was Steve Poltz with the new single off his new album. The song is called Can of Pop. The album's called Stardust and Satellites. It came out last week. Saw him at City Winery last week. Tremendous show. He's very musical and utterly hilarious. His mind goes very fast, like Robin Williams or somebody like that. You can catch him on the road. He's on the road all the time, or at poltz.com, Poltz.com. And I'm looking forward to having a lot more of my artist friends on the Monday Morning Cup of Coffee in the future. Here's the biggest news in the world. Government Cheese have a new album coming out, in case you didn't know already. And we have 2 concerts in April. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. But the album, let's talk about that for a second. It's called Love. It's fantastic. I'm really happy with it. And we're crowdfunding at Indiegogo right now. The Indiegogo is a crowdfunding website, if you didn't know. And crowdfunding is where you ask people to pledge their support to make the record come out. You can buy the record. You can pre-order the record. You can also get perks, T-shirts, some rare out-of-print Government Cheese vinyl, and one of the big lovelies to be had is Government Cheese live at the 40 Watt, Athens, Georgia, July 13th, 1989. It's a blistering show. We were really on fire that night, and it's only available on CD through the Indiegogo campaign. And I'm going to ask Cincinnati Steve to post the link to the Indiegogo campaign under this video so you can just click on it. I don't recall it just right off my head, and I'm not going to put it down on the slug line, because what are you going to do? You're going to take a pencil and write it out real quick looking at the video? I can't do a hot link on the video. I can't do that. It's not in the software. But I'll tell you an easy way. If you just want to do this later, this is easy. Google Indiegogo Government Cheese. It'll pop right up. And you can also hit up governmentcheese.com. That's Govt cheese.com. Or you can email me with further questions at tommywomacklovesyou@gmail.com. Now, I got a lot of gigs to tell you about in a second. Speaking of gigs, I'm actually going to update my gigs page at tommywomack.com for the first time in years. And I mean years. Which makes me think, why do I sabotage my career by not posting dates on the website? Or otherwise flogging myself? Besides this video blog, of course. Why do I do such things? Or more to the point, why do I not do such things? You know what I think it is? I think it might be because the less I do, the less bitter I get when things don't work out. If I do nothing, I can expect nothing, and then nothing happens, and I'm not disappointed when nothing happens. I think that might be why I avoid working any harder on my music career than I do, or writing career, or any career that doesn't involve eventually moving up to fries. Moving on to both lighter and heavier fare, I finished a book, The Order of Time, by Carlo Rovelli. He's kind of the new Stephen Hawking, an Italian ambulatory version of Stephen Hawking. I like to read heavy physics and astronomy books, and I don't know why, because I understand about 5% of what I'm reading. I do it because I find out interesting tidbits, like the fact that gravity slows down time. Did you know that? It does. The length of a second on the Earth's surface is slightly longer than it is at the satellite in space that your GPS reads and gets directions from. If the developers of the GPS didn't calculate that inconsistency into the software of the GPS, it would be wildly inaccurate. It's a true thing. Also, there's no such thing as looking at a star and imagine that somebody trillions of miles away is looking at the same star at the same time as you. It's impossible. Time between you and that other person slows down and speeds up and curves. Yes, time curves. It does that so much that there's no such thing as simultaneously looking up at the same star as some sentient being trillions of miles away. It can happen. Oh, and here's one to rattle around in your noggin in your spare time. Time and space are the same thing. Think about that in your spare time, or spare space time, as an astrophysicist would call it. Got dates here to tell you about. I told you I was going to tell you about dates, and I am. This Saturday, March the 5th, the Glenn Campbell Museum Rhinestone Stage at 111 Lower Broadway here in Nashville. Opening up for the Raylan Nelson Band, featuring Preach Rutherford and Jonathan Bright. Preach and Jonathan play in my Clash cover band Tommy Gun. Jonathan co-produced my latest solo record, I Thought I Was Fine. Ray Lynn is Willie Nelson's granddaughter. And on the drums, making his debut with the band, my one, my only son, Nathan Womack. I am opening for my son. I'm opening for Raylan Nelson and her band, including Nathan Womack. I couldn't be prouder. Tuesday, March 15th, I'm going to see the Dirty Knobs at the Dirty Knobs at the Brooklyn Bowl here in town. I'm actually going to get there. I'm very excited about it because I'm going to muscle my way up front and see Mike Campbell play up close. Mike Campbell, he was the lead guitar player in Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Another Campbell that plays great guitar but hasn't died yet. Saturday, March 19th, the Henry House concert in Pacific, Missouri. Friday, April 1st, the Montrose Saloon in Chicago. Saturday, April 2nd, the Angela Kelly House Concert Series in St. Louis, Missouri. Saturday, April 9th, Government Cheese at Headliners in Louisville. Saturday, April 16th, the Twitchell Auditorium in Spartanburg, South Carolina with Marshall Chapman and Will Kimbrough on the campus of Converse College. Friday, April 22nd, the Rob Sang House Concert in Louisville. Saturday, April 23rd, Government Cheese at the Basement East in Nashville. Thursday, April 28th through to Monday, May 9th, opening for Todd Snider in Montgomery, Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Little Rock, Arkansas, Austin, Texas, Helotes, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, and winding up in Fayetteville, Arkansas. For further details, times, dates, and places, email me at TommyWomackLovesYou.com and look for updates on TommyWomack.com and GovernmentCheese.com. I'm looking to have more special guests in the studio in the coming weeks. I'm looking to show you more books that I have read, and I hope I do read more. I've been crawling down the YouTube rabbit hole on my phone in bed for a long time now. It's slowed down my literacy egregiously. Anyway, having said that, have yourself a great week. Don't let the bastards get you down. Try not to get as stuffed up as I am right now. I think allergies are already happening. God bless you. I'll talk to you next week.